9/11. Let's see how chat thinks about this.
Of kindness.
We watched this last year. We didn't have as many viewers last year.
No, this
last
is the
9/11
same one.
This is part 2. This is kids.
Okay, I was about to say.
Kids remember. So this is like a year after.
This is what kids feel like.
Yes. I gotta take another piss. Yeah, I was gonna say Faust probably knows. Faust is a Zoom head.
Faust is a Zoom head. Who? Anyone in chat is a big Zoom head?
WGBH, baby.
I'm Coraline.
The following is a special presentation of Zoom, commemorating the anniversary of September 11th. You might want to watch with your family.
Yeah, it's gonna get rough.
Even after a year, I still feel sad about what happened on those days.
I think 9/11 kind of brought me into reality a little bit more.
I don't know. I guess I'm just more aware of things going on in the world now than I was before, and I watch the news more often, and I'm more involved.
Wow, these poor fucking kids. Look at what this did to us. I was 11 when this happened, and this really fucked my head up.
I always thought, you know, about what was going on in America.
Just seeing all this shit. I used to watch the news every night and watch.
Ramp
I watched the
remembers
invasion of Iraq. That was pretty sweet.
The world would be a better
Remember
place
the invasion of Iraq on the news? That was
Ramp
cool.
is a Zoom head.
Cultures and patience with each other in general.
Since then, I feel much closer to people because I feel like we all have something to relate to, and we were all brought together. It didn't really matter about our race.
There were so many acts of kindness right afterwards, and I really worry that those acts of kindness are fading.
We just all cared for each other. We always want to say that the world
Except
is a
for
better
Muslims.
place, and so I hope that we can definitely make
We
it.
became very scared of Muslims.
Zoom, America's Kids Remember.
Funding for this special program is provided by
The Corporation for Public Broadcasting.
The Annie E. Casey Foundation.
the William T.
Wait
Grant
for it.
And by
From
contributions to your PBS
PBS station from viewers like you. Thank you.
It's been a whole year.
Rampart's
since the
only
terrorist
25.
attacks, and a lot of kids are still thinking about what happened that day.
That's
9/11
weird.
has changed all of
I
us.
figured
That's
Ramp
weird.
was older.
Some of the changes have been
You're a
good.
Zoom
A
head,
lot of
dude?
you are helping others,
Buzz.
writing poetry, or feeling closer
Yeah, you don't
to your
even
friends and
remember
family.
9/11.
But some bad stuff is happening too. Some of you are being hassled because of your race or religion.
I saw them
Or about
towers
another
fall
effect.
on
In this
TV.
special show, we
Well,
want
let's
to
not start bragging
talk about
here.
how we'd been
Yeah,
feeling.
let's brag about our
Remember all the
9/11
people who suffered because
war
of that
story.
day.
It's about
Oh,
9/11.
that's the girl that
That's the one.
that's the one that
That's the one.
We
Yeah.
also want to think about what we can do to make the world a better place.
So do you guys remember where you were when you heard about the planes hitting the World Trade Center?
That memory, the morning of September 11th, is so vivid in my mind. Like, I can remember every single thing about it, and the day just sticks out so much in my mind. And I was really scared. And I think the reason that I was scared came out of not knowing what was going on and really confusion.
Yeah.
I think that the most memorable image
You're in
was
GC on 9/11,
watching
Grogel?
the
That must
tower
have been
collapse live, and that's when I just got the chills.
trip, brother.
That's when I started getting scared, and for the rest of the day, when
Yeah,
I
the
heard
Iraq War
planes
was
or
pretty keyno.
any sound, I would start thinking about it, and I thought about where my parents were, and I just started thinking about everyone I knew in New York, and like I started thinking so
we were fucking and her phone was ringing a lot. Yeah, I forget. Kittler's like 45.
much more about the
old.
people around me.
Watching it on TV, I felt like it was happening worlds away. Like,
What are you doing,
it
dude?
was happening so far away.
What are you doing watching it?
Happening in like a different world, but
Yeah, I saw the
for
second
people
plane hit
living
on
in those
TV
cities,
when I was a little
it
kid.
did
That
happen
was
in
crazy.
their town, and it happened
Saw
in
it
their
happen
world,
live.
and that must have been so scary.
Yeah, I bet it was.
If you saw the show we did last year, you might remember Gemma, who made cookies for all the people helping out
Oh, yeah,
at the
I
World
remember
Trade
her.
Center.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Gemma
Thank
lives
you,
in
my
Tribeca,
friends are crushed
so
in
the
that
planes
building,
crashed
thank
right
you.
down the street. We wanted to see how she's been doing and what's been going on in her neighborhood.
So how have you been since last year when we saw you? Well, I've been all right. It was.
They're making a lot more
tough for a while,
cookies.
but mostly things have been changing.
Yeah, they're just making
around to
cookies
be
for a
good
year
because
straight.
Everyone's really thinking about each other, and there's a lot of positive changes.
Yeah, friendo, that's the key right there. I look like I'm 32, but I probably passed for 25.
Yeah,
Because I
this
don't
is
drink
from
or
the
smoke
end of my
cigarettes.
block.
Nah, you look
There's the
32.
base of the Twin Towers.
All right.
And that's my old school.
No, maybe I don't know.
This is some art.
I don't know. People say I always say I look younger.
Oh, wow, you drew
Yeah,
that.
people say I look
This
younger
is a
too.
flag I made.
It must just be our family.
I think it was late September.
I think it's just because
I
don't
guess it's just
drink.
because I know you so well that I would just.
Yeah,
you know.
well, yeah, you're used to like, yeah,
Yeah.
I look older than I did the last time you saw
That's
me.
true.
Strength and standing
It's
together.
it's the graying hair though.
Wrote
Yeah.
some stuff.
Oh yeah, that's the
We all
thing.
know
My
that
hair,
nothing will
I
ever
don't.
be the same,
But that's
but
like
normal's going
I
to
don't
have
pay
to be
attention to my hair
redefined.
color.
No,
I
I
don't
don't.
care.
Life will be out of the
Well, I'm graying,
ordinary,
too.
but we still are here and together.
We're like mom, dude. We're gonna be fucking gray by the time we're 40.
So, like in my neighborhood, my part of it.
I've had gray hair
is
since
normal,
I
but
was,
as
like,
we get closer to
25.
the site,
I
there's
didn't start
more
getting it until the past
constructions
few
'cause they had
years.
to fix everything and change everything around. This is St. Paul's Church, where there are some memorials for people that died and thanks to people that helped. Amazing.
The peace screams.
Learning about the Jews makes your hair go fast.
You know that there might be something to that because my hairline didn't start receding until a few years ago.
Send you love, respect.
Until I
thanks.
really started going in on the Jews.
This is where the World Trade Towers were.
Wow. It's so hard to believe because it's so empty that towers once stood here.
It's very.
Oh, my pubes are not gray yet. That's interesting. Mine are not.
Look at that. What's left of the buildings.
Ooh, bring a Geiger counter down there, see if you get any radiation.
You'll see some damage. It's amazing.
Because
so this
there's a
was
theory
my
that some
elementary
low-yield
school
nuclear weapons were
It got
used to bring
totally
down the
covered
building.
in smoke and ash on 9/11. Right now, I'm participating in this thing called the Sunflower Project for New York City,
see that?
and we're planting
Yeah.
thousands of sunflowers to represent all the people that died and all the people that helped after 9/11.
Why don't they just make
Only an inch down. It's an art project.
Origami
and a
swans.
Project. To me, it's a symbol of life and rejuvenation, and there aren't just facts, there are real feelings behind doing something like this. For peace.
Facts don't care about your feelings. Ben Shapiro. Yeah, facts don't care about your feelings.
Flowers come down. It's gonna be beautiful.
The Dust of September, a poem by Christine of Ohio.
I like the title of that book.
The dust, the smoke, the clouds from the dust of September. The sadness, the sorrow, the darkness from the dust of September.
Poem
The
kind of
pretty sights
sucks.
are gone. The love, the deaths from the dust of September.
Axl
Yeah, Killer.
Rose. It
The
does
lights
look
fade
like
away
Axl Rose.
From the dust of September.
2000 and 2001 before 9/11 were paradise
In the dust
compared
of
to now.
September. Our flag still waves through the dust of September.
Christ, I believe
Never break.
the
We will
Twister
stand
was still
together
on the menu.
Through the dust of
It's still a
September.
staple
People
of the
hurt.
menu.
Yeah, no, Groidel. There is a guy on TV, like the 4chan board, for a while. It's a brief period. He hasn't been on it for like over a year now, but he would just like post about her, this girl, on Zoom.
What's her name? What's her name?
I don't know. I forget. But
Damn.
he would always like post about her. It's one of the weirdest fucking.
Hearts broken.
Like, where is she
but we
now? Does she
survive.
do porn?
dust
Does
of
anyone
September.
know?
Right after the planes crashed, people rushed to help. They gave blood,
And it wasn't me.
wrote letters, and cleared the rubble. It made a lot of people feel good about America, seeing people help out like that. And lots of kids joined in to help too.
We
No.
are only kids and we felt we needed to do something.
Third graders at the Red Cedar
Buttons.
Elementary School in East
Buttons,
Lansing,
buttons. Who's
made
got the
pins and
buttons?
sold them to raise money for the Red Cross Relief Fund. And kids from the Francis Marion Intermediate School
Yeah, Carrot
in
Top is a
Marion,
horror
Iowa,
show.
made a paper quilt and sent it to kids in New York City.
Especially when he got
to
like
let them know
roided
they were
out.
thinking about them. But it hasn't stopped there. Since September 11th, kids all over the country have been inspired to find ways to make their own communities.
Well, that's good, Kettler. It's nice to have a hot meal once in a while and not
Pace,
sardines.
Florida, collected over 2,000
You went to a
items for local
restaurant?
veteran
Was it
hospitals.
outside the castle walls?
And kids from the York Theater in New York City showed their appreciation for their local firefighters by singing them a song.
Oh, they don't care. Look at this guy's like get it over with.
This guy's like, I lost so many of my friends on that day.
You know, this reminds me of in elementary school. Like sometimes we would like go and like sing
the nursing homes
to like nursing homes, and
oh my god,
remember that? So
that
uncomfortable.
Was the worst experience.
I remember going to Genesis and just some old woman who was probably dying. Just
home.
Yeah, just going, make it stop, make it stop. I was like 6 years old. That was very traumatizing.
Yeah.
Kids are finding lots of cool ways to volunteer.
Yep.
They're raising money, collecting food, and cleaning up their neighborhoods. Let's meet a 16-year-old volunteer who's come up with a creative way to make a difference in his
quote unquote.
Hi, my name's Clayton. I'm here in Seattle. I've been working on this meal for the past month.
I don't use condoms.
Firefighters
yeah.
died in September 11th.
I've got 10 diseases in the last year.
Died in the line of duty.
Yeah, now this mural's been painted over with dead trans black people.
Yeah, that's just a George Floyd mural right now.
Now, yeah. The whole aspect of the fire.
The whole thing. It's just George Floyd's face stretched out over the entire wall.
Using axes, saving the babies. You see the smoke of fire everywhere. I guess in doing this mural, it feels like more or less I'm doing something for the fire department.
Dude, they're never gonna see it because they're not coming to Seattle, bro.
Enriching communities, making them look better. Taking a boring-looking building and turning it into something that people will stop and actually look at. And I like expressing my ideas and feelings through artwork, paint. When people look at this mural, they'll see their firefighters doing what they do best.
Yeah, he did Orthodox. I almost mentioned Steve Buscemi was in cleanup duty there. Steve Buscemi
in other countries, but you never
jannied up 9/11. Yes, yes, he did.
I have an email from Lindsay of
Ohio. All the dogs that helped are dead.
Did it for free.
I think
and all the dogs died of cancer. And a lot of the people that cleaned up died of cancer.
Yeah. A lot of people died of cancer.
Because they were told, you don't need to wear masks. It's safe. No, you're breathing in microscopic dust particles that are going to give you, I don't know,
mesothelioma.
Mesothelioma, that's the one. That is the one. The shipyard worker one. Have you worked on a ship? Did you work on the ships, or were you cleaning up 9/11 and get mesothelioma? You're entitled to compensation.
Country. I always thought that nothing bad could happen to us.
I'm not giving you. Child laughed.
Afraid. Like, I thought that too. Like, I always heard about like tragedies happening in other countries, but I always thought, oh, America's, strong and nothing will ever happen to us. But
it wasn't Bin Laden or the Illuminati.
I think he's implying that it was like, when did I find out that it was the Jews that did 9/11?
Well, Kittler, what about Cheney, Wolfowitz, the whole PNAC crew? I mean, it wasn't just the Jews. Saudis were involved. Yeah. There was factions here involved.
It was the CIA. It was the trifecta of the CIA, Mossad, and the Saudis, basically.
Yeah.
More or less. Anyways.
And I would love to pin it all on the Jews. Trust me.
You're always, it's like always in the back.
It's just not that simple.
Yeah,
life isn't that simple.
As afraid as I was around that week of September 11th.
I don't know, Kittler. If you think the Saudi royal family are Muslims, then you are mistaken.
The airport a couple.
They are Sabbatean. No, they are They are Sabbatean Frankists. They're crypto Jews. They're hit Jews in disguise. That's why they're friendly with Israel.
Now they almost think that anyone could be involved, and it's just like, I wish.
Sabbatean Frankist, Kittler.
And I had a hockey banquet this year at an Army lab, and before we went in, they had to check all of our stuff. They had to look under the car for.
They would have to do that anyway if you went to the military thing, to the military base. They would check. Well, maybe not check all the cars, but
extra steps need to be taken now.
Do you think it's good that?
Yeah, boring stream knows.
I think
Islam was invented by the Jews. Friendo, I got some bad news for you about Christianity.
I wish we didn't we didn't need this.
No one trusts each other anymore.
Right.
Yeah. I remember on September 11th, I felt so much confusion and I didn't know what was happening. And I think with time comes more understanding. And so I'm not as afraid as I was then because I understand the situation more. And so I think that's what really calmed my
None
fears.
of none of these
And about the whole
none of these
terrorism
kids
in
knew
other
what the
countries, it's
situation
all-
was.
It used to be just news to me, like in the newspaper and everything, but after September 11th, you realize that it happens daily in like the Middle East, and you kind of start feeling what they feel every day, and that fear and all the emotions. So it not only connected us to people in America, but it also kind of made us feel what people feel around the world, and it kind of opened me up to current
Doom,
events
the black
and
bar
much
came
more
back.
news, much more, and know
Interesting.
much more
Fix
what's
it.
going on around the world, and I feel.
All right, here's orthodox. Fix the black bar. Jesus
Lately,
fucking
we've been
Christ.
thinking a lot about kids whose parents are in the military and serving overseas. Let's meet one of them.
Enough.
Hi, I'm Dante. I'm 13 years old. I live in Naval Station Mayport in Jacksonville, Florida. My father is a first-class petty officer in the Navy. He's been away for 6 months in the Arabian Sea off the coast of Afghanistan.
Yeah, that's what it
I
is.
worry about my father because he's in a dangerous place and I'm scared he'll get hurt.
He's in the Arabian Sea on a boat. He's fine.
Because when he's here, he plays basketball with me.
I'm terrified of mirrors.
Games, and he takes my brother and I fishing.
Yeah, no way.
No, I'm just goofing. I'm just goofing.
Yeah, no, I don't have any mirrors in my house.
My
No,
father's
I
coming home.
do. That'd be funny just to pretend that I don't have any mirrors.
It's a small problem since we're the only ones that like have the fucking chat on screen.
When my dad first sees me, I wonder if he's gonna think I've grown.
Oh, is he sporting some FUBU
The
gear?
name of my father's ship is the USS Wade City, which protects the JFK aircraft carrier.
More goofing.
I think I see him right there with the rose.
FUBU. Yep, FUBU. Hell yeah. FUBU.
Glad to be home. Been a long time.
Yeah, we getting pussy tonight.
Man, her hair is like glued to her fucking head.
But if he does, I know it's for the good of our country.
We've been getting emails from kids who have been having a hard time lately. Mostly, they're getting picked on because
I know it's gonna be alright. It's just hard.
something you didn't do. To be hated for who you are is one of the worst things ever.
Here's what a girl in New York
Oh, here comes the waterworks.
told us. My name is Shalina, and I'm 11 years old. On the morning
Here
of
comes the
September
coke.
11th, I was at home sleeping, when all of a sudden my dad came rushing in, saying that 2 planes had crashed into the World Trade Center. When I heard that terrorist Muslim people did it, I was in shock because I'm a Muslim too. One boy in my class started saying
and we
that
were
I
planning
was happy
something
about
else.
it and that I had planned the attacks. To be honest,
Based kid in her class.
I didn't want to go to
Yeah, I
school
mean, he's the one asking the tough
It must be
question.
really hard having your friends pick on you after you've known each other for such a long time.
Like on the outside, you're probably just laughing along with it, but on the inside, you're probably like, you're my friends. Why would you treat me differently?
Yeah.
So if you saw a kid getting picked on for his background, what would you do?
Join in.
Yeah, join in. You'd have to.
Well,
You'd have to. Or you'd be eaten alive.
if he's being made fun of, I'd probably just step in. Probably just, tell people that are doing it. Lay off. He hasn't done anything to you.
I have the same opinion. Like, I try and put the person who's doing the bullying in the other person's shoes and, make them understand that they're just the same as they are and they're just a regular kid.
Have you ever seen that happening and been afraid to stand up to the person? Like you thought people would be like, why are you standing up for them?
It's really confusing.
It's hard because what if
would
like
you
your
do?
best friend was making fun of someone and you were afraid that if you stood up for the person who they were making fun of,
you'd lose
your friend, yeah.
But I think it's important
Well, you got to make that choice.
know what's right and
Who's
what's
cooler?
not. And even if it
The
is
loser
your
or your
best
friend?
if they're doing
Islam has some okay ideas, friendo. I admire their passion.
something wrong, then they should
Black
stop
seed oil.
And if they're your real friend, then they'll like listen to you.
Is that a big tenet of Islam? Black seed oil.
Yeah.
Do you guys have
Is that the stuff from the X-Files?
No, it's I've been taking it recently. It's black cumin seed oil. It's
it's like something you're...
Muhammad said it cures everything but death.
Well, there you go.
any ideas about why people stereotype?
I think people might stereotype
Yeah, they're
out of
Euros.
fear, probably because They're afraid
fat.
something else is going to happen, but they don't want to show their fear. So they take their fear out on someone else. So no one thinks they're really afraid. They actually are.
I also think stereotyping might come from people with insecurities because
Oh, Mr. Blue, you have prions.
they pick on the minority, they'll put themselves into part of the majority.
How do you
and
get
like
prions from a seed oil?
Don't get into prions.
forces them,
Chat's gonna
causes them to
fucking.
take it out on
It's gonna. This whole stream's gonna go off, right? If you get into prions, it's
You have to
done.
learn how to deal
I'm
with it,
ending
though,
the
and,
stream.
like, rise above it.
Being kind to people can make a huge difference. It's really important to find
Too much
ways
work to
deal
be
with
kind to people.
disagreements without fighting or hating somebody.
You stole my money.
You're fat.
You lent me the money. You practically gave me the money.
In schools across the country, kids are learning new ways to work out their disagreements. It's called peer mediation.
Learning new insults.
Yeah, learning new cool racial terms like raghead and camel jockey. I never knew what camel jockey was. That was a fun one to learn. Because those are two words that aren't bad. Same with raghead.
Is someone who helps people who are having conflicts.
Me and Noelle were discussing a grade, and then Noelle doesn't believe that I can get that good a grade, so she accused me of cheating.
The whole point of peer mediation is to resolve the conflicts before they escalate to something else.
Yeah, I remember when they pushed this fucking psyop on us. Peer mediation, remember that?
Make you feel that she accused you of cheating?
It makes me feel bad because we're good friends, and I
This kid's got like what, Down syndrome? What's going on here?
Some of the issues kids come to us with have to do with teasing, cheating on homework. Sometimes there's racial issues, almost anything.
So you more or less think that he didn't really study for the test at all and he just copied off of your paper.
Yeah.
How does that make you feel?
Like he can get away with not doing any of the work and get the same grade.
Well, Timmy, did you cheat?
I didn't.
Okay, so maybe do you think that you could have talked to Timmy maybe, or?
Yes.
When the kids come to us with the mediation, they can have trust in us, and they also feel like we can relate to them.
Dude, this doesn't.
Pure mediation.
Plan to study.
Yeah, this doesn't seem like a good idea at all.
Study with her.
Next time I won't accuse you of things you don't do until I'm 100% sure I know you didn't do it.
Okay, well, thanks for coming to mediation. Will you guys please shake hands? Kids can help get closer to world peace by just resolving their conflicts.
Shout out to Miss Murphy.
Every little bit helps.
Wonder if she's still
Here's some
alive.
tips that can
Was
help
that
you
that bitch that did peer mediation
Yeah,
at school?
meet
Take
Murphy.
about 10
Yeah,
seconds
meet
to
Murphy.
think about what you're going to
Dude,
say.
I wasn't a peer
That was a
mediator
pretty
that
spot
wanted
on
that.
impersonation, right, Mr. Blue?
They
Yeah.
did not want me for peer mediator.
Mermy.
I could not mediate
Try to put
anything.
yourself in another person's shoes because everybody has a different perspective. No put downs. Don't say anything negative to the other person because if you do,
Put up,
then the
right,
problem
guys?
You know, put yourself in someone else's
Try to
shoes,
find
but
a
what about
win-win
someone else's
solution, and that means a
sneakers?
solution that both
Yeah,
people
what
are
about somebody else's Heelys, bro?
Hey, what's up, Global? And the Eternal Abyss.
steps that
How's it going? I don't think
can
he's
solve
ever been in here.
I really think about it, especially when I'm getting into fights with my sisters.
Yeah, this
Oh,
is
Hitler
it's
does
peer
love Dan
mediation.
Aykroyd.
I try
Okay.
to think about what has just been done, and then I think about my next
Does this woman have any like top teeth? She does that. She has hillbilly mouth.
action, and
Yeah, she looks like the Willa Hex
It takes a
cat.
lot of practice before you speak.
The
but
one
once you
that
do, you come
Joker.
out so much better. 'cause
I
it's
don't know.
always
He
better
might. I don't think
to
he's
come out looking
would
like the
stoop
bigger
to
person
fucking
in an
that.
argument. Don't you feel
Trailer
so much
crash,
better
but
about
who
yourself?
knows?
yourself afterwards.
Because if we can figure out, like,
Documented.
talk amongst ourselves, or solve like an argument, we can probably
Bitwave
get, like,
refugee.
a bigger
We are too, brother.
countries.
How do you think they could resolve like conflicts like wars or battles between countries?
It's really, really hard because
I almost said I don't remember you from Bitwave, but then I remembered that no one watched us when we were on Bitwave, so.
nobody's ever gonna be willing to.
Except for Borky and Dino. Shout out to Borky and Dino, wherever you guys
Yeah,
are.
wherever they are.
Okay, yes.
And also big arguments like that
Godspeed,
don't
guys.
just deal with
Yeah, rest
a matter
easy.
of opinion. It deals with money and power and religion and race, and that's when it gets really tough.
And a lot of times countries fight because they think God is on their side. And one big problem is what happens when two countries both think that God is on their side. It's like a religion war.
I think that's hard.
That's literally
that's true. You did come on from time to
Would be
time.
wrong in their beliefs.
Yeah, and they really believe it, and you can't really change.
You were on Bitwave too, Kittler. You dirty kite, or you're the dirty kite lover,
Religion
not
out
us.
of arguments. If countries look at things on a strictly political level and
I don't remember you from
factual
Bitwave.
level and leave religion out of it, but it's tough to do when you believe.
This all just blends together, though.
I think leaders of countries sometimes act a little.
I miss Bitwave in some ways. I mean, that was our only.
Who are fighting over what they have and.
Because we were D-Live refugees.
Yeah,
sort of.
Yeah, sort of.
When we realized that we couldn't do the type of stream that we do on D-Live, we're like, okay, well, we got to go somewhere else.
Wish upon a star.
Let's try Bitwave.
To go afar, to a place in my imagination.
Your name was
There
Jewy
is
on
a
Bitwave.
peaceful
Okay.
Nation. Everyone
It wasn't me. That was Prophet Kittler.
is treated kindly.
Yeah.
No doubt at all.
I just don't remember you from.
To our country on September 11th brings up a lot of feelings. We looked for some books that would help us sort out our emotions and build a better understanding of what actually happened on that day. Here's the first one.
Hatchet by
Breadwinner
Gary
is a
Paulson.
fictional chapter written by Deborah
Night
Ellis.
by Eli.
In this book, you meet Pravana, a girl who lives in Afghanistan under Taliban rule. She cuts her hair and dresses as a
Shout out to the Taliban. Good job, guys. You got your country back. Fought the American
Yeah.
Empire. You guys fucking rule.
Yeah, you held out for
she can leave
20,
her house
Yeah,
and
you
21
fucking did.
years.
freely.
It's like unironic, like super admirable. Like, you know.
Well, yeah, they didn't stop fighting after
gives-
20 fucking years,
It's like-
dude. Like,
yeah.
at that point, you just gotta leave, because it's like they're not stopping. They're not
Bitwave,
stopping. Like,
COD comedy. Yeah.
to earn money for her family. Through her experiences, you learn about the strength required
Brave
to live
Mujahideen
life under
warriors.
the Taliban. And here's the next one. Fireboat, The Heroic Adventures of the John J. Harvey by Myra Coleman. This is the story of an old fireboat that is called into action when New York City was facing the challenge of September 11th. This
Weird.
one, Feathers and
Is this
Fools,
like fucking
written by Ned
Reading
Fox
Rainbow
and
now?
illustrated by Nicholas Wilton, is a fable about a pride of peacocks and a flock of swans. Through their story, you learn about the importance
Well,
of looking
friendo,
past
it's a fucking
differences to see
Islamic
what we all have in
caliphate.
common.
You
We
know?
made a list that includes even more books. Some of the books are about serious things that happen
There's
to
a
people.
whole,
Some
there's
are about how people
swaths
work
of the
to get
earth.
along,
You know?
and some are about making the world a nicer place. You can see the reviews of these books on the Zoom website.
You gotta,
don't even think it would
you
be
gotta,
worth
you gotta,
going
you
on
gotta
a
let,
crusade
you gotta
there,
let
brother.
places be places. You know what I mean? That's that's the key to world peace. You gotta fucking.
Express how you feel
It's
about
not a
something.
caliphate. It's
You
a
can talk
fucking
about
Islamic
it.
state.
You can write about
Oh,
it.
whatever. You know what I mean.
To create a new kind of flag that represents the world we want to live in.
it's a bunch of tribes, but it's just not. You
Yeah, but
can't
they're all
hold-
fucking
You can't hold
hardcore
that
Muslims.
Dude, they don't even have a road. There's not even a single road that connects Kabul
Hey,
in
baby.
the south
of other flags
to the cities in the north, or whatever the fuck.
in the middle.
There isn't a single goddamn road. You cannot hold Afghanistan. It's not worth it.
Then we all do.
They
Let
could,
the
they
chains
could, they
go
could
in there.
probably, the way things are right now, they could probably apply for refugee status.
Finally, we are ready to
Let
start.
the
friendo,
fucking
in
Chinese,
America,
let the Chinese
and
go
they'd
in there
they'd
and
probably get it.
spend $1 trillion and see what they can do.
Yeah, fuck roads.
I think each part is very
Yeah, you don't need
important.
roads.
Everyone played a really important part in making the whole
And
thing.
I think it's really cool how we didn't use just one person's design, how we incorporated everyone.
That road Groigel is destroyed from Kabul to Kandahar.
Drawing of what we thought the
It's just falling apart. There's like miles of it that are just not passable anymore.
simplicity and
Simplicity at the same time.
So the country's basically just fracturing
meaning.
Like when we made
back into the tribal shit.
when we used a different piece
The
of cloth
different
to
tribes
show
run the different areas
each
because
part
the
of
government
world
can't hold
is
any of it.
different, but at the same time it's the same because it's like
Yeah.
all green.
Yeah. And I think it's cool. I think it's cool how like the Earth is in the hands there.
Yeah, it happened. It happened really quick. Like there was
That
a
looks
few
really
articles
stupid.
about how that road was gone and it had completely fractured.
And then
The one the Soviets
people
built.
have two different colors, but
Yeah.
they
I think
have
the Soviets
parts of
built
the
it.
same in them.
It's
Like
called
they
like
have
the
same-
ring road,
It's
isn't
like
it?
yin and yang.
Because it's a
Yeah,
circle.
and they're
It goes
not,
around
like,
the country in a
distinct colors,
circle.
like, it's not like black and white. It's
Yeah, it's kind of like showing that everybody's different, not just they kind of said black and white.
And next to the red person, there's like a star.
Oh, the Dan Aykroyd
There's like a little
thing.
gold thing. And that's
Oh,
our
Kittler,
wishing
I hate
star.
you
It
so
almost
much.
looks like,
I'm just talking about
just blown
history.
into the sky.
And all the stars kind of represent like the universe beyond.
No, I'm just kidding. But like, that doesn't mean he's Jewish. Dan Aykroyd is not Jewish.
We put there, and sun kind
Leave
of
him.
represents like optimism.
Leave Dan Aykroyd alone.
Everything's happy, so I think that was a really good idea.
Dan Aykroyd, log in, defend yourself.
Over the earth.
Dan Aykroyd comes on here, on Realms.
Yeah, he's a big.
He's been in our chat a few times.
What kind of world do you want to live in? Design your own flag and send a picture or video to Zoom.
The kind without Muslims.
350 Boston, Mass.
02134. Send it to Zoom.
Send him a letter and just say that. The kind without Muslims.
So that's our show. 9/11 has been really hard to get through.
Oh, am I not not? Okay.
Ourselves and for others. Talking, creating, volunteering.
That's a crypto kite. That looks like a kite, like you.
It's all good. So pass it on. Have you had a kindness shown? Pass it on.
What?
Is this like a slave song?
Pass it on.
The credits are gonna roll over. Follow the drinking gourd. Yeah.
Let it wipe another's tears till one day the deed appears. Pass it on.
Yeah. Oh lordy lord.
Have you had a kindness shown? Pass it on. Was it meant for you alone? Pass it on.
You see, hold on. Look at Buzz in the upper right. He's getting into it.
Oh yeah.
He's got more soul than these Negroes. What's going on?
Oh yeah, look at him.
It almost looks like he's mocking it. Based Buzz.
Was it meant for you alone? Pass it on. Let it travel through the years. Let it wipe another's tears. Till one day the deed appears. Pass it on.
Oh, pass it on.
We want to hear from you. Share your thoughts and feelings with other Zoomers. And find out what you can do to make a difference.
That old ass website.
Visit the Zoomer member section of the Zoom website at pbskids.org or America Online.
Dude, I kind of remember going to the website and submitting things as a joke.
Funding
I
for
don't
Zoom,
remember what it was.
Kids Remember is provided.
Because that website,
The corporation.
I feel like I clicked on some of those things before.
The Annie E. Casey Foundation.
The William T. Grant Foundation.
And
you know what it was?
What?
Do you remember how they used to do like birthday shout-outs or shit? I think I tried to send in our name.
Production card.
Educators and educational.
Just our name, but like not anything like funny.
Well, just like us, and then Milk's older brother, and like just like stuff like that, like for you know what I mean.
That'd be good.